is done, and we're getting ready to jump into it. I think so. So one of the things that's interesting about this matchup is, like these players in particular, is both of them like, or well, I guess Ben in particular likes to play in the air, and KoDoRiN likes to like play that sharking game under him a lot. So, here we go.
Oh my god. Yeah, I will say the last set that they played, KoDoRiN won fairly handily, right? That was Grand Finals last week. So Ben, I'm sure, did his homework and kind of just said, okay, what happened here and what can I kind of do to improve? Definitely seems like KoDoRiN, you know, he's just so consistent with his punish game and his game plan, basically. In neutral, he never just, like, overextends because he gets bored, you know? Like...
Yeah, he's got such a strong game plan, and he has so many, like, branches off of it that he just feels so complete, especially recently.
Yep.
And it's...
Oh, go ahead. I was just going to say shout-outs to KoDoRiN for being the last invite to Summit, right? Or whatever it was, not Summit, whatever it's called.
SCL.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome to see him get recognized. Apparently, they did like a blind review to make that decision, where they like took everyone's names, like all the top players' names off, and picked based just on resume.
Oh, that's crazy, yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a pretty good testament to how prolific his wins have been.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that tech! Are you kidding me?
Quick, yeah, and an instant up B, like good recognition. A lot of Marths will like either do the wall jump back air, but if they don't get the wall jump, sometimes they mess up, right? And they do the back air anyways. So very intentional by him. Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's something that KoDoRiN's been bringing in quite a bit more recently, the wave dash off. I feel like oftentimes it's only like Spaceys that go for that, maybe like sometimes like a Sheik or a Falcon. But to see a Marth do it, and especially with neutral B, feels really impressive and not something you see all that often.
Yep. It's definitely like a critical tool to edgeguarding Sheik, because otherwise Marth has to repeatedly edgeguard her from on stage where he doesn't have the best punishes. So and closing out stocks with Sheik off stage is like really nice for Marth. It like makes one of the hardest parts of the matchup kind of get to just circumvent it right away. So
yeah, exactly. By the way, I was just thinking about it, and I remembered last week at TMT, Ben actually sent KoDoRiN to losers, and that's what set up the 6-0 response in Grands. So
that's
definitely
right,
not 100%. Ben did do it just last week.
Right. Nice.
Short-term memory loss. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know if he's ever done it, you know, except for literally last week.
KoDoRiN erased it from our memories.
Yeah, true.
Black shit.
Yeah, it circumvents a loss or just like erases it if you 6-0 in Grands. So that's the rule. I don't know.
That was an insane tech chase there by KoDoRiN. He goes for the fair or the F tilt to push Ben to the corner, and then he gets the dare on the tech in, and then he's able to follow it up as well to get the kill. It's a combo. So bringing it to 2 stocks to 1. KoDoRiN still feels like he's got pretty strong control here. Oh, that wave dash forward to F tilt though, that was pretty clean.
Yeah, into a big punish too. He gets the platform tech chase into the regrab. 75% is not bad. He needs to not get clipped here on the way back in. All right, he still has a chance that this KoDoRiN's definitely kind of reclaimed center stage and control. Ben has now taken a lot of damage, but it's, I mean, anytime you can bring it to a last stock situation. This is not one of those matchups where it's like, it's undoable because you're high percent, right? So.
Oh man, KoDoRiN. Yeah, kind of unfortunate. Ben was doing some really interesting stuff with needles there throughout the game, and KoDoRiN seemed to have all the answers to just move around them and avoid having his recovery get interrupted by those needles. So really clean stuff from KoDoRiN. I think the other major thing that I'm seeing is KoDoRiN, you know, he's sort of holding to his game plan. Ben often has like a very wall out style of game plan, right? Where he'll do like full hops or short hops into aerials and then a bunch of tilts, which is like, you know, good Sheik stuff. But today I feel like he's moving forward a lot more and in like intelligent and clever ways to get past KoDoRiN's wall. So interesting to see that adaptation.
Yep, and I know that last week one of the things I kind of wanted to see more from Ben was grounded needles, and right off the bat we saw one of those here. It's kind of like this is one of those things, like grounded needles aren't that good in every other matchup, and then versus Marth, it's like absolutely critical to control him on the ground because he just like kind of out dash dances you if you just try to play on the ground, and if you jump up and down, he out aerials you. He like has bigger range and stuff, but he actually has trouble dealing with just grounded projectiles because he's such a grounded character. So yeah, you can kind of like cancel the grounded needles or just actually shoot them or just charge them to put pressure on him to come forward and stuff. So
yeah, both of these characters like to be the one under their opponent, right? And like if ever either character is in the air above their opponent, they're in like a bad spot. So the needles sort of forcing Marth to go there or sit and shield is pretty powerful. Oh, what a great tech. Oh, KoDoRiN doesn't get the closeout.
Yep. Definitely one of Marth's weaknesses is like the things that get Omsatech tend to be laggy enough to where he can't just hit him again, right? So like you often see like Spacey's back air and then they just back air again or something, right? But Marth forward smashes and then he's too much lag to just hit you again out of the Omsatech. So.
Yeah, there we saw KoDoRiN actually peach Ben with a down smash on the side platform as Ben was coming up. So good closeout there from KoDoRiN. Pretty unconventional from Marth, but
yeah,
making the most out of his situation.
Oh, good Sammy stall there. That's one thing too that face roll was just insanely consistent at with the edge guards using just Sammy stall over and over and over again to kind of make it so that right there he could have just Sammy. Oh my god, he saves him. Tragic. Oh. Might have been intentional by KoDoRiN actually. I think that he was like intentionally hoping to like bait out the needle because if he upbeats normally, that needle's pretty good, right? So.
Ooh, okay, good stuff by Ben to close out that stock. I feel like KoDoRiN, especially against Ben's back airs, has been spacing really, really well. So I think that's like a key thing to watch out for here. Oh, and he finds the dare, catching Ben holding in on one fair and taking.
Yeah, right. It feels so bad when it's one fair. You're like, I held in once. I know I shouldn't have held in, but like, come on. Like, it was actually very common back in the day. Yeah, it was very common for people to go for Ken combos to just go for like 1, 2, 3 fairs in a Ken combo or something, right? But finding that you have to confirm off the first one to be like, oh, actually, you're dead already. So.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's just that decisiveness and that sort of killer instinct that we've been seeing from KoDoRiN. Oh, and look there, he gets the F smash into the down tilt.
Good recovery there with the fade back on the first part of the up B to take longer so that Marth has to get off the ledge. Nice tech chase too.
Those multi-hit side Bs, pretty clever from KoDoRiN. Actually made things look pretty awkward for Ben, who just wanted to get out of there and set up a defensive position. Oh.
Yeah, using the last part of his shield in order to get massive damage. Absolutely crazy. His shield was like gone. It was like a Skittle, and he finds a shield grab. This time, the runoff up B doesn't work. See how big of a punish that Ben gets for this. Nice down air into forward air in the needle. Oh, okay. Can't quite cover the up B though. Really good damage though.
Yeah, and again, just great spacing from KoDoRiN on his recoveries. That seems to be one of the stories of the match. When Ben's able to find the ledge hogs, it makes it really tough for KoDoRiN. But otherwise, the needles just aren't seeming to be as effective as he expects them to be.
Oh, the good defense there. He gets hit and out of the air is able to forward air. But Ben gets a burst of confidence when he up B hits.
Oh. Yeah, and KoDoRiN can't find that last hit to close it out. Oh, the side B almost does it. The up B too.
Oh my god, they're both barely missing the move that would kind of close it out or set up for the closeout. But right now we have a last stock situation. Ben should be fine here. Yep, makes it back to the ledge. But the slow get up survived because he can Omsatech out of it. KoDoRiN almost overextends. He does overextend a little bit. The full hop forward air a little too far. Ben with the cross-up down air. Good DI from KoDoRiN. The wherewithal to DI out there, but Ben still able to get the coverage and actually takes the game. 152%. What a clutch.
Really, really great stuff from Ben there to hold his composure. He hit like 3 or 4 really, really tight defensive opportunities that he needed to get to not just instantly die. Correct FDI on like 5 hits in a row. He got the Omsatech when he needed it. And then he played the edge guard situation better than I think he has all set. So really, really good stuff.
That's one of the things with like situations like that. Your goal is not to make no mistakes. Like if your goal is to make no mistakes, and the moment you make a mistake, you kind of like crumble, right? But Ben made mistakes, but so did KoDoRiN, right? They're both making mistakes. That's just what happens last stock situation in Melee every time. But Ben just recovers so quickly. He slow gets up, he's ready to Omsatech, you know? Like he's just really good wherewithal and composure there. So very nice.
Yeah. Absolutely. So KoDoRiN's going to have to answer back here. Again, see these aggressive approaches from Ben are like a pretty new look and really strong. There you see the wave dash forward jab grab that ends up netting him a ton of damage here and giving him a tiny bit of a lead for a second at least.
Yep, definitely some updates to your game plan. And this is kind of what happens when like a couple high-level players play each other repeatedly. It's like it doesn't have to be huge adjustments set for set. You just have to bring 1 or 2 new things every time. And then you're going to make progress, right? Especially when you guys play week after week after week and stuff. So really cool to see Ben kind of already making some adjustments.
And there again, we see another great adjustment. We've seen Ben have trouble converting edge guards off of his needles throughout the set. There he throws the needles. KoDoRiN's able to side B over them, but Ben's ready to punish that and gets the back air to close out the stock. So
it's almost like he baited the side B, right? Yeah.
And sort of forced it, right? It's not even baited. KoDoRiN had to do that, or he like dies to the needles. So
right. So he's just like, updated his flowchart. Nice.
yeah. Really, really impressive. And this is something we've talked about Ben being so good at throughout, right? Is his ability to adapt and play and find and play that next level mid set. And he's just showing it again here. Really, really impressive.
Yeah, and that's just kind of how a player like this like has continued his rise over the last few months. Anyone that's been tracking this guy's results knows that he's just been kind of insane lately. I know he won a tournament over Hungry Box recently, right? So it's like he's kind of reached to that level now where it's just like, doesn't matter who you are, you've got to look at this guy and be like, oh crap, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And he's looking again here. He's looking so strong. He finds the closeout there with the up air. We talked earlier this set actually about how just sharking from below is so strong for both of these characters, but you know, sometimes it feels a little easier with Marth than with Sheik. So to see Ben getting those closeouts with the up air like he did, that's a big deal.
Oh my god, he's getting so much damage. Just all started off such a slick defensive option. He like CC'd, and then he either dash crouch jabbed or he wave dash jabbed into grab. It was like a CC into move forward jab grab, and it was like very fast and definitely looked intentional, and he got so much damage off of it into a shark, into a kill. So Ben actually winning the game on FD here, which is definitely the tough counter pick in this matchup, right? So if you can get even one here, it's like, dang.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, KoDoRiN. See, KoDoRiN, he continues to get these reads, but he's looking like maybe a little bit of hesitation.
Definitely part of him is second guessing himself now. After when you lose a couple of interactions in a row, it's like while sticking to your game plan, you start to doubt your game plan, and you're like, do I just stick to the game plan or do I look for an adaptation? And sometimes looking for an adaptation can be a detriment, even if you feel like you're supposed to change something up. But that time he just had the perfect dash dance and spacing, the double spot dodge. Ooh.
Yeah, and KoDoRiN's going for these dashes out of his missed grabs, and he just dashes right behind Ben, and that just seems like a really hard position for Ben to cover, especially if he did actually get that spot dodge.
Ooh. I think Ben could have just back aired, but he goes for the double jump back air and ends up going too high. Good DI, though, to avoid the tipper forward smash. KoDoRiN goes all the way. Oh, my God, the forward tilt barely clips him there. This is, once again, a game of millimeters. The tipper up smash doesn't hit. He gets the regular up smash. Can KoDoRiN convert this? It's definitely a good edge guard position. Oh, the opposite tech. Yep, can't forward smash twice. Oh, my God. These last lock situations between these two are insane. This could be it. The up air does close it out. Man, Ben is up in the set now.
Yeah, looking extremely strong. He seems to be making all the right changes as things go. KoDoRiN looks kind of lost right now. We saw him. It feels like KoDoRiN's still getting the reads, but just hesitating. Like there on that last stock, we saw him dash forward on a tech from Ben, and he read that that Ben was going to tech away, and so KoDoRiN keeps walking forward, but then his grab is late enough that he can't actually connect it, and Ben gets the spot dodge, and so like those tiny hesitations are killing KoDoRiN right now.
Yep, and he probably like to a certain extent is kicking himself as he like spot dodge is something that you're gonna have to deal with, and like Marth, who loves grab, is gonna have to deal with spot dodge, right? Like spot dodge is just pretty good against grab all the time. So sometimes it's like it's coming, but to get the exact read on when he's gonna do, and if you're mixing up other options enough, it's hard to just pull the trigger to be like, oh, and again another spot dodge. That one was guaranteed. He could have just gotten the grab, but still, it's like kind of shows that KoDoRiN's doubting himself a little bit in the moments.
Yeah, and great DI there by Ben, recognizing that KoDoRiN was grounded, so there was no risk of the Ken combo. So he DIs in, and the F smash doesn't send him too far off. KoDoRiN gets to get him off stage here again. Oh, but the dare misses. He missed that last game too in a critical position.
Ooh,
Ben finding the up air again. This is tough.
Yeah, it cost him the stock closeout, right? Like he actually loses first blood off of that. So, and that's that. Like, I don't think that down air is guaranteed. Like, you have to kind of make a read on exactly when they're gonna jump and when they're gonna up B. Oh, and Ben, I feel like his punish game is so good too. He's doing the up airs. That's something that like back in the day, Sheiks would always forward tilt. Oh my God. Just decisive closeout from Ben. His punish game early and late percents seems to have improved a lot.
One other thing I want to point out really quickly too, early in the set, basically every opening from KoDoRiN was catching a back air from Ben, like just being just misspaced. And Ben has basically pulled that out of his game plan altogether.
Right.
Like he's not throwing out any wall out back airs for KoDoRiN to dash dance around. And the aggressive grounded options that we were looking for last week are netting him all of his hits now.
Right.
It just looks so hard for KoDoRiN to deal with.
Yeah, what an adjustment, right? To making a weak period. Definitely kind of rewatch it and did what he had to do. Like these wave dash fours, these grounded movement and stuff. This isn't really what he was looking like last week. See the needle cancels. They kind of force a reaction from Marth. He's like, do I want to shield this needle? And if I shield and he cancels it right away, I'm going to be in trouble. So what do I want to react to, right? You're starting to make your opponent doubt himself. So.
Yeah, and there again, we're seeing the hesitation come out, right? He doesn't let go of the neutral beast soon enough, and he ends up actually just dying for it.
Actually punished the chain. Never seen it before.
That's not possible. He cheated.
Not possible. Yeah.
Oh man, and yeah, KoDoRiN, he has not found a single edge hog on Ben. Ben hasn't gone to ledge one time that KoDoRiN's stolen it.
Right.
So, oh man, even there, just a little late.
The time he does,
yeah, it's so tough.
Yep. It does seem like KoDoRiN kind of has a bit of like execution issues with how he's playing, right? Like. Super on point. Maybe he's closing out more of these stocks, and then maybe the if he has a lead, then it looks a little bit differently or something like that. So really good stuff. Like I think Ben's adjustments are kind of throwing KoDoRiN off, and I do think that it's kind of affecting him a little bit. It's like a combination too, because like when you start playing better, your opponent inevitably starts playing worse, right? Like it's really hard to kind of keep up the perfect form when your opponent's showing new stuff and kind of beating you for your old stuff, and you're like, oh crap, I have to come up with something new, and that's hard to do. So.
Yeah, definitely feeling like 4 stars. There you